Hello, internet people of the internet. It's me with my computer that I've been working on. As we can see, for those of you who have watched the last video I did on this Redstone computer, you might think this here is new, and that's because it is new. What do you think, stupids? I mean, things don't just disappear. So what this is here, I'll go over a brief description of everything else in this world for people who haven't watched the previous video. What this is a difficulty calculator. I don't really know what to call it. But it figures out what difficulty it's supposed to be, and it shuts off the game if the player dies. So you can see here we have this, and it's all connected to these buttons. We have legendary, hard, normal, easy. Legendary was the original difficulty. Sends a signal through here, which fires this piston, and it'll send the signal through to this piston, allowing the redstone signal to get through here to random calculator, and it'll send a redstone signal through here into this AND gate. When both of these are on, meaning that this piston is extended and the player has died, then this will turn on, sending a signal through this wire here, back up to the piston again, shutting it off. This is the same exact thing on all of these. If we push hard, you can see this one extends, this piston extends, the redstone block powers this here. If this one were to turn off, if the player dies, let's see if this, yep, there it goes, sends a signal through here, and it simply retracts the redstone block again. So the difference between all the different difficulties, and because it's an AND gate, it won't fire. A very big problem I was having with previous versions is that when the player died, this would go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But I fixed that by setting up this system. It's quite a bit larger than my previous system in the way of detection and everything, but it reduces the total overall size of the computer, because I was going to have one of these right here for every single difficulty the way I had it set up previously. So this area here is a lot bigger, but the overall size of the computer is a lot smaller. So now I've explained what this is, I'm going to go over everything else very briefly. We have the move player. It extends these in a certain pattern, which creates a code. As we can see, this one up here is extended, this one below is extended, and that causes a code to come through here, and depending on which redstone wires are lit up, it'll send a signal through one of these here to a certain pixel in the GPU. The magenta wires are represent the player position. The orange ones are the falling pixels. This is a simple random generator. It uses pistons and quasi-conductivity to fire the things here, the pistons, and then it uses this lever, which powers the sand, which powers the piston. And then here we have the player death detection system. It just compares the signal between the player position wires and the falling pixel wires, and if they're both on, then this turns on and it sends a signal up through here. And then if these are on, only if these are on, because otherwise we get the glitch where it fires again and again and again and again, and then doesn't really seem like anything happened. Then it'll retract the piston here. So that's really about everything. So while this redstone computer is pretty big, it's really repetitive. Like this area is huge, but it's literally just redstone lines again and again and again and again and again coming from the random generator. So if we were to push the difference between, I don't think I explained this, but the difference between all the difficulties is the amount of time between each set of pixels to start falling. So on legendary, there's like 2 or 3 that we can see. Legendary, we'll count how many sets of pixels fall before the first set reaches the bottom. There's 1, 2. Okay, so on legendary it's just 2, but 2 sets of pixels are falling. As we can see, it stops because this one hit the player. If the player were to move out of the way, as we can see, if we press move player, the player moves. If the player were to move out of the way, it wouldn't do anything. Hard, as we can see, is just a little tiny bit slower. So there's the first set of pixels. There's the second set. Normal is even slower than that. And then on easy is the slowest. So on easy, we didn't even get a second set. I mean, I guess we didn't on normal or hard, but let's see. If we were to, let's see, this one's where the player is, so we're just going to break that real quick. And I'm going to fire legendary. There's the second set. I guess that's a single pixel. Oh, it shut off. Well, this thing is smarter than it looks. Or something went wrong. So there we go. That's a very short video on my Redstone computer. I will be doing updates frequently. You can join the Discord server in the description in order to get updates on the computer before I release videos on them. The download link for this world is in the description. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye! Oh, it's freezing cold in my workspace.